Time now for your JCTV Daily News Update with the latest in news.
Construction for Jamestown's new $52 million hospital is officially underway.
Covering your local weather.
Just how cold, you ask? Well, the temperature is above zero, but just barely at 2 degrees, and that's without the wind.
And the latest in Jimmy athletics.
Junior Allie Edwards had 13 kills leading the team.
For your JCTV Daily News Update, here's Lyndon Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to your JCTV Daily News Update. I'm Lyndon Schmidt. In local news, spring is in the air, and while that may seem like a wonderful thing, images of last year's flooding are making more than a few people a little uneasy around the state. We're actually seeing warning signs already as portions of Interstate 94 in the southeast corner of the state are already underwater. The State Highway Patrol reported earlier today that 4 inches of water is covering both the eastbound and westbound lanes near the Ariska rest stop between Valley City and Fargo. Needless to say, the Highway Patrol is urging motorists to slow down on that stretch of highway. We all remember how Valley City was affected in spring flooding in 2009, with Valley City State University closing early and sewage systems around town being backed up. So how is the town reacting? Well, Mayor Mary Nielsen said the river will not be anywhere near major flood stage. However, a flood warning is in effect in the area. In fact, Valley City has scrapped sandbagging efforts altogether. City officials had planned to start sandbagging operations yesterday, but changed their minds when the Cheyenne River level began to drop. That same river reached record levels last year at 20.5 feet, and the National Weather Service predicts that it will peak at just 15 feet this year. In other flood news, the City of Jamestown and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers had a city meeting on Tuesday night about preventions being taken for the flood. Here's Ronnie LaClory with more on that topic.
The meeting held this week by the City of Jamestown and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was to discuss preparations in dealing with the very high potential of flooding in Jamestown. I talked to Paul Johnston from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who told me a little more about what to expect.
The very high potential for flooding in Jamestown this year. It's going to be, we're looking at conditions very much like what we had last year that required the construction of several miles of levees to protect the town.
Levees are important in flood relief. Paul explains more of what they are and that all levees are equally effective.
The levees we're talking about come in really 3 types. One is just clay material. And they're not very tall. They're only about 3 feet high. And then there's another piece of equipment called a Haskell bastion, which looks like a rectangular wire basket. And then there's another rapidly deployable flood wall, which is looked like honeycomb, plastic honeycomb, and it's filled with sand and gravel, and they make a wall to keep the water out.
The levees are placed depending on the natural height of the river and are placed in segments. The levees are placed in people's backyards, streets, and wherever else they are needed. The levees, though extremely beneficial, can be somewhat of an inconvenience.
There's obviously some inconvenience to go with it. There's piles of dirt and this other stuff in people's backyards, and it makes a mess for a long time. Last year we were involved in this for 133 days, so it takes a while.
The City of Jamestown and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers expects construction of the levees to begin this weekend.
Thanks, Ronnie. In campus news, a guest recital featuring Michael Land will be taking place at the auditorium at 7:30 tonight. Land is a graduate student from Lee University that performs what he calls a program of varied works. So check that out, again, Michael Land at 7:30. That performance will be followed by a voice recital featuring tenor Eric Bergsvin and Pamela Burkhart on the piano Friday night at 7. The 2 are JC students, so if you're looking to lay low before St. Patty's Day on Saturday, the Nault Auditorium is the place to be. And now for your weather. Tonight we'll have a low of 20 with 18-mile-per-hour winds coming from the northeast, so it's going to be pretty chilly after the high of 42 that we had this afternoon. Throughout the course of the year, I've been telling you guys when the sunset will occur, and we've seen it get dark at 5:30, 5, and even 4:30. But tonight, we're going to have sunlight all the way to 7:45 p.m., so that's awesome. For the 5-day forecast, Friday afternoon we'll have cloud cover along with a high of 30 degrees. Winds of 15 miles per hour will bring the chill down to about 15 degrees. And Saturday, St. Patty's Day run will be mostly sunny with a high of 37 and nighttime temperatures dropping down to 26. The following day, Sunday, will be about the same with a high of 36 and a low of 22. And your week is going to start off mostly sunny with a high of 31. But as Tuesday approaches, beware, we have a chance of snow with temperatures at 36 degrees. And in Jimmy sports, all teams were inactive this week, but the baseball team will be traveling to Fremont, Nebraska Sunday for their season opener against Midland Luther. And then they'll play again on Monday afternoon, so tune in right here on JCTV for your Monday update and get the results of both of those games. And that's it for your broadcast. For everybody here at the Jamestown College Student Media Center, this has been Lyndon Schmidt with your JCTV Daily News Update, connecting the campus with the community.